And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Teamstory Cup, starting here on Newkirk City, between MVP Bang. He is in the blue trunks. He is playing Terran to the southwest of Newkirk, versus his opponent, Millenium's Feast. He is in the red trunks, playing Protoss to the southeast. I would love to be able to tell you who Bang actually is. I can't tell you who Bang actually is. I don't know. MVP has had some issues lately in terms of renaming all their damn players. Which means that it's rather hard to actually keep track of who is who. It's really quite irritating, but that's what they like to do. If you give me a moment, I will endeavor to try and find out for you who this guy actually is. I'm working on it. Give me a second. Don't worry, you're not missing anything important. No. No, turns out he was Bang all along. Yes, he has always been Bang. He is one of their newer players. That would explain why I don't know him. He is not in fact like Swagger, who used to be Killer. He is not in fact like Super, who used to be Vampire, who appears to be their guy in Heart of the Swarm right now. No. He is just one of their newer Terrans. And he's going to open up against Feast, who I would say is certainly one of the stronger players here on Team Millenium. He had... I mean, it's funny to say he had good results, and ooh-hoo-hoo, cheesy Feast. I do love myself a little bit of cheesy Feast, especially considering he's going double gas, which means this is very likely to be Proxy Oracle coming in right here. Well, this could be a very short game, we'll see. Bang has gone with a gasless expand. It's pretty damn hard to defend. Second Barrett's going down to follow this one up. Now this is smart. This is really smart. He could have very easily not done that. In fact, that was CC first, wasn't it? Yeah, I don't know. It's still going to be hard to defend this. This is most likely going to be Proxy Oracle. If a Stargate doesn't go down right about now, I'll be really surprised here from Feast. There it is. Proxy Oracle or Proxy Void Ray, one way or the other. Well, cheesy. Okay. Yeah, as I was saying, Feast had a really strong performance at MLG, I think mostly because people hadn't really seen him for a while. Feast was sort of a prodigy player for the longest time in the EU, and then sort of fell off the map a little bit. And he did pretty well at MLG. He put on a very competitive performance, which is more than I could say for most foreign players, that did kind of just get slapped around really hard. And he is going to open for Millenium, and he's in a pretty good spot here. He didn't really catch that SCV as early as I would have liked. What did Bang see? Not a lot. In fact, nothing. So, Bang is going to bunker down at the front, which is kind of fine, but it doesn't help him against Oracles. All of his Marines are going to go down at the front, which means he's going to be out of range of Oracles. Supply depot coming down for Bang. That will give him maybe a couple of seconds warning. So it's good position, because of course this will pass right over it. I'd be really surprised if Bang is able to react in time. Even if he does, the Oracle is going to kill something here.
Game pause.
Feast requiring a pause for the moment. This is a really dangerous build, and it's something you should watch out for on ladder, because Protoss players are doing it a lot, especially on maps like this. This is a really good map for it, because you've got this area here that you don't usually check. You just dump your Oracles down here, go into the main base, just obliterate everything. Very good against Terran. Not so good against Zerg. I mean, still pretty good, but not so good, mostly because there are Queens out by this point, so Oracles are pretty fragile. But in this situation where Bang is sort of front-loading his defense, because he's like, oh, I CC first, what's going on? Also, interestingly enough, Bang is kind of supply blocked here. Although he won't be for too much longer, only by about 9 seconds. So it's preventing him from building SCVs, though. So it's not a perfect build order by any stretch of the imagination. This, I can't see a situation where this does not do damage, unless Feast waits for like 3 Oracles and miraculously Bang scouts it or smells it and moves his Marines into position. If he goes in with 1 Oracle, he does a lot of damage. If he goes in with 2 Oracles, he probably does even more, especially if he's chrono boosting this Stargate. Which he does have the chrono boost to do, and I'm actually kind of confused that he didn't do that. Maybe he was just a little bit worried about this being scouted and then him seeing Chrono Boost running and not Chrono Boosting any of these buildings. I don't know. I mean, that's a really hard thing to actually scout out. Maybe I'm just overestimating a player's capabilities here. So what Feast is going to do is he's going to menace the front here, and this Oracle is going to go right in. It's going to be seen by the supply depot, but of course the poking is going on here, and in comes the Oracle, and Marine's already moving to intercept. This is an interesting thing for Feast to do. I guess he moved it into position. What on earth is Feast doing? What on earth is Feast doing? Oh, Feast, is he gonna... that was awful. I mean, he might still be able to kill everybody, don't get me wrong. It is 11 Marines, but it's 2 Oracles now. This one is really badly damaged. What is Feast doing?
Game paused.
Wow, he just completely messed that up. Now, is that because of hotkeys? Is it an issue here because he's complaining about hotkeys and things like that? But he went for the middle line. Nothing happened. Unbelievable. I am flabbergasted to see that. He has revealed his proxy Oracle build and has accomplished nothing. Absolutely nothing. He had a really good chance to get a very early score on the board, and I think he knows it. And he can't do it now. He can't. I mean, he can get 3 Oracles and maybe kill everything, but... like, this Oracle's so badly damaged, it could be focus fired down so easily. It's only got 70 effective HP. Feast can't do a damn thing here. Wow, that is so unfortunate. Again, I don't know if that was a technical problem. He's got to go in with the 3 Oracles here and try his best. He may be able to kill all these Marines, but there's the focus fire, and as you can see, that build clearly doesn't work. He messed it up completely. Oh, wow. I am beyond words. I mean, you talk about the idea of full foreigner, and, I mean, that's it pretty much in a nutshell, but, again, I don't know if that's even Feast's fault, or if he had some really unfortunate issue. And Bang must be counting his lucky stars that didn't work out well for Feast, because that would have killed him. It would have. I mean, what are you going to do? That would have at least killed so many SCVs that it would have been incredibly difficult to do anything. This harassment is now doing nothing whatsoever. A missile turret will shut it down completely. I don't even know if Bang even needs it. There's so many Marines coming out right now. Stim's on its way. +1 is on its way. You don't necessarily even need that to defend. Oh, god damn it. Alright, well, this is really unfortunate. Bang's now in a great spot. Obviously, he got his CC down early. So, he is a bit of an economic powerhouse right now. He's following up with a starport here, so could just be like a heavy 2-base play. You're looking at reactors going down here, tech lab where necessary. Stim is on its way, and combat shield, so he's now sitting on 3 barracks in order to make that happen. This factory building the reactor, so he's going to easily swap over here and get his medevacs and Vikings out. And Feast is going to Colossus, which, you know, it's just nowhere near as good. I mean, it would have been great if he'd done any damage with these Oracles, and he may be able to dip in later because Bang's decided to be a little bit greedy. Oh, no, he hasn't, actually. I'm talking out my arse. He does actually have a missile turret down on both sides, so Oracles are not going to really do much at all. Missile turrets tear through them pretty quickly. And he's got an important piece of tech which is kind of lying out in the middle of nowhere, as well as a pylon which can be very easily sniped. Bang hasn't actually done that yet, but I'm sure he will once this factory actually spots that. Although it's actually on a weird angle, it may not see it. I don't know. That's close. That's really, really close on the vision there. I think it might miss it, so you never know. He might just go there anyway, but Bang's now rolling out. This is a pretty dangerous timing here for the Protoss player. It's where Stim and Combat Shield are finished. It's where Medevacs are actually coming in and following. It's where he's got a good Marine Marauder count, and there are 4 Zealots, 3 Sentries, 2 Oracles, and a Stalker, plus the Mothership Core. So I say that the first attack on the natural maybe fails because of Photon Overcharge, if there are good force fields combined with it, but the second push, the follow-up, especially if it starts going to drop play, is really dangerous. There will be 1 Colossus out on the field that doesn't have extended thermal lance, and Bang's going to go for it right now. He's straight up the ramp. The sentries don't even contribute to this fight at all. Feast is clearly thrown by this, and honestly, Feast could just die right now. The probes are pulled off the line. Down goes the Colossus. Quick lift up here by Bang. Excellent play. Great micro and control so far from the MVP Korean Terran. And that was damaging. Didn't kill Feast at all, but the follow-up very well might. Marines and Marauders are streaming across the map. It's 10 Marines, 10 Marauders versus 2 Oracles, 2 Zealots, and a Stalker. There is not enough energy for another Photon Overcharge, so as far as I'm concerned, this push is likely to kill Feast, unless there's some kind of crazy heroics going on. +1's in effect as well. Feast does not have anything to defend this. Out comes another Colossus. Force field's not that great. The Colossus is only hitting really 1 or 2 units at a time. Feast trying to hold on as best he can here, but I just don't see what he's got. In come the Oracles, and the Focus Fire is coming down. There's not actually a lot of Marines here, so, you know, nice use of the Oracles here to defend against this. These reinforcements are still coming in, though, so I don't know. Feast is holding on for the time being, but the supply counts tell a pretty ugly story. 79 to 120. No harassment potential, really, here for Feast. Feast could end up losing more workers as well. Just one big strike taking out this Nexus is probably going to be the nail in the coffin here. This is very Marauder heavy, but there is now a Viking in play, so it doesn't really matter. He can shut down those Oracles without too much of a problem. Plenty of Medivacs in play as well. And in comes another push. Colossus takes a load of fire. Down it goes immediately, and there's the GG. And Throw City, population feast, I'm afraid. That really was. Like, there's no other way to describe it. That game was thrown. As to why, as far as I'm concerned, it could very well have just been that hotkey problem, some kind of technical issue on Feast's end. That is completely uncharacteristic of Feast. I would not have expected that to come out from him at all. That proxy Oracle build should have done huge damage. It didn't do any damage for no apparent reason. And there we go. I'm going to have to ask Feast after this what happened, because that just was not the Feast that I know. Alright, folks, so we're going to Game 2 very shortly with MVP currently leading 1 game in this best of 9 series. Don't